Hello, hello. Greetings from me. I am trying to finish doing all the wonderful things I try to do first thing, so give me just a moment. I feel, why do I struggle so much with this tablet? I love my tablet. It like goes with me everywhere. Oh, hello, Miss Sheila. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How was your weekend? I know I really enjoyed mine. It was actually quite calming. And I can't get this thing to come up. What is wrong with this? I might have to turn it off and turn it back on again. Oh, this is so frustrating. Hang on. I don't know, it kind of freaked out this morning. Restart. All right, we're just gonna have to restart that. Maybe I'll use my phone. My other one. Oh, hey, Miss Jane, welcome. And I see Miss Roberta's on too. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are making it on early. I know it's not always easy. Just so you can see my little sign over there. Give me a minute.
Hey, I got you something.
I'm struggling. May. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Did you cut it apart?
Yeah, I just fixed it.
Thank you. I appreciate you fixing what you broke. My little friend over here. Yeah, well, you're not allowed to cut up things that don't belong to you, dear. You can only cut up your stuff, not mine. Okay, but go watch Bluey or something, okay?
But it's
okay, there's okay, well, you're gonna have to watch it for a little while, okay? May. You're not behaving very well right here on live TV.
What about Ashley?
Hello, Miss Kathy. As you see, I'm the only one here with May today, just for a little while. Joe took my car in to get it serviced, and he started looking at cars. I do love my grandkids, and they make me crazy. Actually, I only have one well, I have 5. 4 of them belong to my husband, and they're such sweet grandkids. I absolutely love seeing them. They're very interesting in that they love to draw, so we always have a table set up for them that have lots of paper, pens, markers, crayons, and man, they just go to town. And I just love seeing the talent because these kids are just so amazingly talented. And then of course the boys, they're running out in the pool, and they spend a lot of time in the pool. When they're here, about 50 to 75% of their time is spent in the pool, and the other part is sleeping. And that's about it. But May, once she kind of got the hang of the pool, she decided she didn't like the pool anymore. And she doesn't hardly go in it anymore. Anyways, we just had friends visiting this weekend, and they were in the pool with May, so it was kind of nice because she was in there a lot. So hello, everyone. Miss Kathy says hello, and Miss Jane and Miss Susan is on. Sorry, guys, give me a minute. My tablet is like freaking out, and I don't know what's wrong with it. It's just all of a sudden doesn't want to work. And the screensaver disappeared. So probably by the time I get that one pulled up, I'll have this one pulled up. So I don't know if anybody got any work done ahead of time. See, it's right back to that channel, that page. Oh, please don't go on the fritz on me. I really like that tablet. And it's back. All right, maybe it's the charging port. Let me try and undo the charging thing on it. Maybe that's what's giving it problems. I'm sorry, I'm gonna try this one more time. No, apparently my tablet's ready to just conk right out on me. So we'll just not worry about that right now. Okay. I really like my tablet. Okay. Oh, there we are. Live. My husband and they're such sweet grandkids. Absolutely love. Okay, so I'm going to turn that down so I don't have to listen to myself talk. Okay, where are we at here? I did mask and played catch up. Yes, I did that a lot too. I had about 6 or 7 of them I had to get ready. And in fact, I have another one that just came in today. Give me just a minute. I was feeling a little lightheaded today. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So what we're going to do today, I have 4 blocks I have not finished. Okay. So I have my one row that I did not put together because I figured we could do that together. And then, and I do apologize, but my eye is watering like crazy. And I don't know if you noticed, but I did not put on any mascara. I've been trying to stay away from mascara, but maybe I got a little bit of lotion in my eye, so my eye is watering a lot today. And it just started that. I do cameos. Oh, congratulations. I might have to come over just to see where you decided to place it. Because I saw your sewing room, so I'm sitting here trying to picture now. Where would that? Because I know you were telling me where you wanted to put it. So hopefully it made it in there okay. Actually putting my blocks together right now. All right. So Miss Sheila, you know what? Believe it or not, it was last night was when I finally finished putting the rest of the blocks together. And they actually went together very quickly. I did find that a couple of the blocks seemed a little bit larger by the time I was done. And I know my seams were pretty good. So I'm not sure. I'll be honest, I did not square up my blocks. I just started putting them together. And I probably should have squared them up and make sure they were right. So hopefully y'all had good luck with yours. So here's what I've got. Let's see. Just make sure that's out all the way. Right by the door. Okay. I figured that was where you wanted to put it. Or at least I was thinking that was it. Okay. So when I was putting this together last night, the one thing I had to remember when I was putting it together was that this is in the corner. Now, listen, just because I put this in the corner doesn't mean you have to. If you like it turned a different way, please feel free to turn it, okay? But what I did realize was that as I was putting it together, I had an awful lot of yellows together. Like if you look at the one behind me, I have the that one plus that one, and they're right over the top of each other. And I didn't really want to do that. So after I put a couple of rows together, I was like, okay, now I got to figure out how to put this together so that I don't have my yellows right on top of each other. Because even though in some instances that looks really cool, in this one I wasn't particularly crazy about it. So I tried to make sure that I put my yellows in different places, even though I had already sewn together most of my rows. So the next one, the yellow is going to go down here underneath the blue. And, oh wait, nope, I don't have that one yet. I actually don't have that row together, but that's going to be the idea. The yellow is going to go underneath the blue. So kind of keep this in mind. The ideal thing is to lay it out on your design board so you can see where everything's at. I just kind of had a picture in my head, and I had this to go by, and I was, putting it together, and I was like, wait a minute, hang on. Oh no, I did not see the posting of the layout. I am so sorry. I keep checking my Facebook, but some things have not been going into the feed. I don't know what's up with that. I'll take a look. Anyway, so I got my 2 rows together, and then I got the bottom row together. So the last one we have is one of the middle rows, and I've got it right here. So I figured we can put that together really quickly and then start stitching together the whole thing. Here, let me take a quick look there, Miss Sheila. Oh, Lord have mercy. That was one of the sliding glass doors. That was not what I was looking for. Not there. Posts. Unfortunately, I think it brings up all my posts. So let me see if I can. Miss Sheila, did you post it on my my SRQ page? There's the live. There's that one. See, and it's only showing me all of my stuff. Nobody else's. Did you post it on, no, that's mine. Yeah, unfortunately, it's only showing me my stuff. Let me go back here. Sent your friend request, Amanda. Did you post on my SRQ, or did you? Where exactly is it? On my page? Ah, thank you. Thank you, thank you. You are such help here. Okay, come on. And then it just disappeared again. Come on. Oh, there. Nope, that's not it. There it is. Okay. Oh my gosh. gosh, I love it. I love it. Yes. See, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you have something and you're thinking to yourself, oh, well, that's great the way she's got it. But what if I did this? And I want you to do that. You need to get used to, doing what you want to with it. It's great. I love to see it the way I laid it out. But more than anything, I love to see you guys get inventive and creative and just do your own thing. So don't think I'm going to get upset if you change it. Oh my gosh, Miss Sheila, I love that. I love that. I see where you said you were going to add a couple extras, and you have 4 extra focus fabrics, and you have 2 of the stars. Man, that looks great. I love it. Oh, my nose. Why did my nose do this today? Today of all days. I was great all weekend. I must be allergic to doing Facebook Live or something. Okay. Oh, no, that's great. Now I know I see another spot I need to make sure I'm checking out. Excuse me. Last 2 blocks. Man, Miss Sheila, that's turned out great. All right, let me get back in here. Sorry. Let me get back into my live so I can keep up with us. Oh, I'm so sorry you guys have to see that. Okay. Didn't realize I wasn't out of eye shot on that nose clean. So, all right, here we go. So my next one is going to be, let's see, I've got the blue or green. See, I had this all laid out. So this one goes last. Green, I think. And then the yellow on the outside. I just want to make sure I have my... I probably picked it up and moved it around a lot. Okay, green, yellow. Ah! Upside down. Okay, so can't have green there. That's not going to work. So let's do the green there and there. Okay, so just like that. Yellow, perfect. Okay, and then this one's going to be on top. I put my blues together, but I'd rather have my blues together than my greens. So yeah, that'll work. Okay. All right. So as soon as you got it figured out, then you're going to watch your points. Focus fabrics are animals from our Garden of Eden. I love that. I saw your focus fabric when I was over there the other day, and it's beautiful. I love it, and I love the way your fabrics went together, and your stars, especially with that hand-dyed fabric. That is just beautiful stuff. I haven't actually had a chance to get back to work on mine. That is something I am kind of playing around with right now, especially with different kinds of fabrics, because my first run of hand-dyeds, I had the cream muslin. I get the 2 words mixed up. Both words are very much in my vocabulary right now, and so I kind of blow it occasionally. But so I had a cream color one, so when I did it, to me the colors were just not as vibrant, and Miss Sheila told me that probably had to do with that, with the fact that it was cream, which I kind of figured it probably would. It kind of dulled the colors a little bit. So I went and bought some more. Unfortunately, they are pretty much out of everything at Joann's. Like, you can't find any really cute novelty. So I kind of had to go with just whatever I could find. And I found some nice white cotton. But I'm going to give it a good soaking in soda ash and see if that helps. I'm just worried that it's, got a lot of chemicals and it's going to stop it from absorbing some of the ink, even after the soak. Let's see. Surfing Santa. Oh, I bet that's so cool. I'm calling it Santa Goes Polynesian, unless you can think of it. Oh, no, I love it. I love it. Santa on Vacation. I love it. You guys are so neat. You're so experimentative. I love that. You keep it up. You're doing a great job. Okay, we're going to come on over here. Okay, so I have my 1/4 of an inch foot on, and I'm just going to go ahead and run right through this. You have to forgive me. I'm trying to keep an eye on May. She's out by the pool, too. It's a good thing she knows how to swim. Yeah. My husband keeps getting after me. He wants me to get a different car, but we just got it paid off like 6 months ago, 8 months ago, something like that. And I'm all about, you know, not having payments. And so when he was getting it worked on today, because my air conditioners needed to be recharged, and of course it was definitely time for an oil change, he started to talk to them about, because they said, oh, it's going to cost this much to recharge oil or recharge the air conditioner. And he's like, oh, well, maybe I'll just, and it was some small amount compared to what it could have cost. He's like, oh, well, maybe I'll just trade it in. And, you know, that's like, he was speaking their language. Immediately they were like, oh, wow, okay, let's see what are you interested in? And really, he wants me to get a car that it's easier for him to get in and out of. So he was kind of anxious for me to give up my sports car. Although I love my sports car. I have currently still, until he gets rid of it, a Hyundai Genesis, which was like my dream car. And it was an R spec, which means that it has race car specs on it. So it really can pick up and go. Although, my kids will tell you I drive like a grandma. You know? But if I needed to get up and out of the way, that car would definitely do it. Okay, so I got those two parts put together, so now we're just going to turn around. And I will tell you that I ironed open every single seam, and Miss Janice, if you're on, I so wished I had my new pressing bar that she's making for me, because I think I could have really used it, but I have had so little time for myself to get out. So I'm hoping that within the next day or two I can get back over to her house and get my new pressing bar. I'm excited. I can't wait. She's going to surprise me with what it looks like. Or at least that's what she said. Well, hello, Miss Brenda. Welcome, welcome. Glad you could make it on today. How's everybody's projects coming? I know Miss Sheila showed us her layout, which I think is gorgeous. And Miss Jane, she's doing Santa for her focal fabric, so it's Santa Goes Polynesian. I love that. Can't wait to see it. Please make sure you guys post on my site. I know some of the stuff is not popping up, and I'm not sure why. I will go in and look at the settings just to make sure. Why open verse the darker colors? Why open verse darker colors? Okay. I don't know if that's a typo or if I'm just not reading it right. I iron open seams to help to alleviate some of the bulk, and these points can definitely make a lot of bulk. So just to kind of keep it so I don't forget, I just go ahead and open all my seams. And it's just been on this one, because normally some of them I will and some won't. Why? Iron open. Why iron open? Yeah, okay. I kind of thought that's what you were talking about. Normally I wouldn't. Especially because there's so much light fabric in this, but just so that I don't forget, wherever you put the scissors at, dear.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know either. No, I can't help you. You're going to have to find it on your own. Last time I saw it, you had it in your room.
Yeah, but I saw it, but I can't find it.
Well, I'm sorry, sweetie. I can't help you with that right now. Okay, so, and I just iron it open just so that I don't forget later on, because if I don't kind of keep a certain rhythm going on, I will definitely mess it up. And since it's to the white anyways, and I'll probably use white batting as well when I do the quilting, it'll also help hide the fact that I've folded out the light ones. Okay, so here I have my third row. Oh, and somebody asked me, they said, did you use the Polynesian fabric? And I did. It has a different interface than using chrome. I can't post on the app, but I can post on Chrome. Okay, interesting. I only use Chrome. I know they have a lot of different engines, but Chrome is my favorite. And so usually when I pull anything up on the internet, it's almost always through Chrome. And I think it just comes down to preference. Like Internet Explorer, not one of my favorites. Firefox, maybe I've used that a total of 3 times. Bing, not so much. You know, but I do like Google Chrome. It seems to work best for me. All right, so here was that last row I had to do. I am going to take a moment and iron it. So give me just a second. And let me take another drink of my orange juice. And I swear it is just orange juice. Hopefully I don't spill it on my other stuff. All right, let me iron this open real quick. My iron is nice and hot, so I don't have to worry about that. And y'all, I am going to treat myself to buying a new iron. I really want the flat one, but I have to tell you, I have been going back and forth with myself on the Oliska. The one that when you let go, it stands up on its own. I'm really just going back and forth on that. I really, really want one. I just have a hard time paying over $100 for an iron. Okay, I am going to approach something here. Somebody asked me here a little while ago about tipping. I am going to set up a way that if you would like to tip, that you can send it right through my PayPal. I'm not sure how I'm going to get there. I think for you guys, if I have your email address, I'm going to email you the link. Please understand it is only because somebody asked about it. And if you would like to, please feel free to. In whatever amount you want is greatly appreciated. But if you don't have it, or maybe you've already tipped, because I know I have had someone who has tipped me. Don't feel like you have to. I am not gonna get upset if you don't. I'm grateful if you do. I love doing this, and I will continue to do this for as long as I can. But, you know, like everybody else through this whole COVID thing, I've not been, my shop hasn't been fully open, and I don't have my website up yet either. Although I did have somebody last night talk to me about, you know, getting my advertising out there a little more, and that, of course, will help. Because, of course, I want to keep my internet doors open as well. So I will find a way to get it out there. So if you want to, you can. Just know you don't have to. Okay? All right. So yesterday when I was working on this, I kept getting it turned upside down. So I have to make sure that I don't turn this upside down. Okay. Where'd my bottom go? I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the bottom. I'm going to tell myself this. I'm attaching it to the bottom, and then I will attach it to the top half. Now, I'm telling myself this so I don't mess up and turn it the wrong side up. Okay, there we go. Now it's looking good. And so far I've been really, really lucky. My points have pretty much matched up. I have had to go in and kind of adjust some of the points, stretch a little here, push a little there, because some of the blocks are a little bit bigger than others, but for the most part it's actually lined up really well. Anybody else find they're having a little trouble with points and seams matching up? I would at least like us to get the at least one border on today. But I do, let's see, what was it? There was something, I think May has a teacher appointment at Dairy Queen, where they're supposed to all meet up at Dairy Queen. So I was hoping to be able to take her to that today. So I'm going to try and get off of here right at 4:30. And if we don't get done what I would like to see us get done today, then we'll be back tomorrow. But I do have an appointment tomorrow. So I might be a little late getting on. So if something happens that I'm not on at 3:30, just keep checking back, because I will. You know, I think you can even make a setting so that if I go on, my points always line up. Liar, liar, pants on fire. I think there is a setting though that you can set to it, so when I go live, it will notify you that I am live. So if you know what it is and you can set it, set it. Eventually, I think we're going to have to do a, let's see, did that go in there right? Yeah, that's right. Because this one is awfully big compared to the other side, which is one of my focus fabrics, I think, yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's been a couple I've had to kind of smooth the edge in. All of a sudden, I can't think of the name of that. Oh, y'all, some days are better than others. Let's see, pints of what beverage? I know, I'm thinking right now I could use a pint. Actually, I hate beer. Beer tastes so nasty. In fact, the only thing I do like in the way of beer is Angry Orchard, and I like it with a shot of Fireball. And the first time I ever had it, it was with a rim of brown sugar. Oh my gosh, talk about, it's like Christmas in a bottle. Oh, it was so good. So that was kind of my go-to drink for a little while there. And it's, you know, the alcohol is a lower content. Oh, my nose is tickling. It's a lower content of alcohol so that I don't feel like I'm getting trashed in the first 30 seconds of drinking my drink, because I'm a lightweight, y'all. My husband calls me a cheap date because it takes about a half a glass of wine and I am gone. So I can drink this Angry Orchard. I can drink the whole thing and just feel a little tipsy, which is kind of nice because, like I said, I'm a lightweight, and just want to make sure I got this right. Yeah, okay. Ugh, double check, double check. So, I don't necessarily enjoy drinking. It's not one of my favorite things. But sometimes when you're out with friends, and I guess it's a social thing, people socially drink, and you don't have to. I think that sometimes is where we get into trouble, because we try to social drink or keep up with friends, and they can definitely do a whole lot more damage than we can. Okay, kind of ease. I'm trying to ease in my fabric, and there's a lot of fabric here to ease in. I got a feeling some of this is going to pucker. I hope not. I don't want it to pucker. I think it's going to anyways. I'm trying to get it in there. I'm trying to keep my point straight. Yep, there goes the pucker right there. Come on, come on, come on. Ugh. Oh, my nose. I think my hair's tickled my nose. Okay, let's pull that pin. Okay, now the rest of it seems like it's good. Sometimes you get quite a bit of points to the other there, so you really got to work at it. Lay that seam down. Almost done. We're down to the last block. So anybody good at dreams? I had a dream last night that someone I knew was pregnant, and it could be because of the show I watched. Before I went to bed, one of the ladies in the show, in the series that I was watching, was giving birth. But so first it starts off that I'm pregnant, and then it goes to someone else I know is pregnant. I'm helping them give birth. So I don't know. Anybody have any Freudian thoughts on that one? Okay. All right, remove any pins I might have left behind, which we all know that's bad, right? Don't leave your pins behind. Now, one of the things I did when I did get quite a bit of extra fabric and it was a little bit buckled, I ironed it, and it ironed out a lot of those buckles. Now this one I think is a little more further gone than the other one I was working on. So, but I did starch most of my blocks really well before I got started. So I did get the fabric in for the log cabin study, but when I pulled up my log cabin, oh my dog, my grandbaby left her pencils over here. When I pulled up the log cabin to fill in where the fabric was supposed to be, apparently I forgot to save it. So I kind of have to start over again, which is fine because I kind of have an idea of all the blocks I put in there. But I should be able to have that together with fabric requirements in, well, this next week is pretty much filled up with doctor's appointments that I had to miss because of the pandemic. So I have them all lined up, and they're between this week and next week. So I think if we can just take about 2 weeks, someone close to you is pregnant. That is true. That is true. I do. I have someone close to me who is pregnant. My daughter, Taylor, of course, is pregnant. And she's not due until, I think, August. And that's another baby quilt I have got to get finished up. But anyways, so I have doctor's appointments for the next 2 weeks, and I should have the quilt. Sorry, bumped that, did I? I should have it ready for us to pull fabric requirements. Oh, the colors I got, they're so beautiful. I did not even remember. It had been so long since I'd ordered it that I did not even remember what they looked like. And when they came in, I was like, oh my gosh, they're beautiful. I absolutely love them. So I will get that ready. And that way, if you're interested in a kit, I will have a kit prepared. If you want to pull from your own stash, you can do that. We're going to be working with probably about 9 colors, maybe less, but probably about 9 colors, and 1 accent color. I think, because of the colors I have, I think I'm going to go with black. But I will give you an option. You can either go with black or white for your accent color if you're purchasing a kit. If you're doing it from your own stash, you can decide on your own, whichever accent color you want to use. Just remember, the accent color or the background color is going to be, you're going to use a lot more of it than you will of your colors. I don't like having pens on my tabletop, and when May and I were making our little monster puppets, we were using pens, and I think we left a couple of them on the table. Fortunately, I think the lids are on, so that'll help. Now, when ironing these open, this also helps your quilter because she's going to be going through an awful lot of fabric to try to make this work. So opening those seams does help her as well, or him, whoever happens to be your long arm quilter, or it could be you. You will find it does help. All right. So I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and I was telling her about my issues with YouTube and, having some copyright issues on there, and she understood completely what I was talking about. And she's like, well, they have copyright-free music out there. And, I do know that, but I've never really seen it. So I am going to look into that. She's actually going to help me a little bit. I think she's wanting to help me get some advertising done so that I can get, try to reach more people. And, which I've tried that on Facebook and Instagram, boosting a post and stuff like that. And though I did get a few extra people, it wasn't what I thought it would be. The payment for it wasn't that much, so it's hard to complain too much. Okay, now this is the bottom part of the top part of the quilt, and we're going to line this up with the bottom part the top part of the bottom of the quilt. I can see that I'm going to definitely be doing a lot of ironing. This fabric tends to wrinkle very easily. It's a good thing it's not clothing. Lord, I'll be ironing all the time. Okay. So once again, here, let's angle you down so you can see what I'm doing down here. Let me pull this out of the way. Okay. So once again, what we're doing is we're going to line up those points. And I'm just kind of making sure that the top of this one meets that one. And believe it or not, there's really not much of a top on that one. Okay, I'm definitely going to lose the point on that one. All right, might as well just give over and not worry about that one. I don't know how I did that, because all the rest of them look really good. That's okay. Sometimes it's not perfect. I'll take it. I will take it. I use copyrighted music at school. Well, when you are broadcasting, because it has copyrights, if you sell anything, then you have to pay the people with the copyrighted music or something like that. It's there's a whole system to it that I am oblivious to. Even though, you know, I dealt with copyrights, you know, with my photography, the music part of it it's a little past my brain. I'll burn up too many brain cells trying to figure it out. So it's better to just try to stay on the straight and narrow than worry about getting in trouble for infringing on somebody's musical copyrights. Copyright free. There you go. Okay, thank you. I was like, maybe she meant copyright free. Okay. Yeah, and that's definitely something I'm going to look into. And I know that the person I was speaking to yesterday, she will be more than willing to help me, which I'm very, very grateful for, because I'm not the video savvy person. And unfortunately, my wonderful husband, even though he is absolutely wonderful, is not video savvy either. Now, my previous husband, he actually had a little more knowledge about it. You know that expression, the hell freezes over? Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with him. I think I would rather hell freeze over than ask about that, especially right now. Things are a little tense. But that's okay, you know, everything has a season, and eventually it'll all work itself out, and I am not going to stress myself. Not going to do it. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and bring you back over to the sewing machine. And let's get some sewing done. We're almost done with the top part, which means that we can move right into the, and I don't have my watch on, so I have no idea what time it is. So if you guys see it's getting close, please, please, please let me know. Because I really want May to be able to visit with her friends at 5 o'clock. It's just the teacher kind of made it at the last minute. She admitted it was the last minute, but you know, May's been so good about not having anybody to play with, and you know, making do with her grandma and grandpa, that I'd really like her to have this time. And much like everybody else, you just kind of have to keep adjusting and readjusting your fabric on your table to be able to get everything to move the way you want it to. And then, of course, things get caught. All right, Miss Jane. Miss Jane says, our pastor was doing a Facebook lesson to our kids Thursday and was playing a song he was dancing to. Facebook cut the music off without his knowledge, so he was dancing to no music. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That is so funny. You know, and yet you see all these Facebook posts where there's people, you know, dancing these cool dances, you know, at weddings and stuff, and they don't flag that stuff. They don't cut that stuff off. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe there's, I don't know. And it's not like he was getting paid to do it, right? I mean, these were Facebook lessons. I don't know. I'm not going to get into it with Facebook. I don't want somebody to censor me because of me shooting off my mouth. Facebook Nazis or something. Not like that would upset somebody. Alright, how are we doing here? I'm trying not to cover up my screen. Anybody keep an eye on the time? Does anybody know what time it is? I don't even know what time it is right now. I don't have my watch on. I realized just before I got in the shower that my watch was dying, so I went ahead and put it on the charger, hoping that it would be charged up before I went on, but it was not quite there yet. Okay, now as you see, I stop and start a lot, and that's okay, because you need to be able to control it, and sometimes the only way to control it is to do it, you know, from... Sorry, I don't see her. May, are you out there? May. Okay, just checking. She's good. I just didn't see you by the pool, and I knew the last time I saw you, you were by the pool, so I was just checking to see how you were doing.
I saw an alligator.
You did? Where? Out there? In the pool or out on the grass?
It's the hugest one.
It is.
Not that.
All right, y'all.
Not that
Knocked
pool.
over my thing. Here we go.
You want to come see the alligator?
Not right now. Come see it in a few minutes. All right, so y'all, this is what it looks like.
But the alligator view got to.
Top and bottom. I tried to make sure my yellows were properly dispersed amongst there and then they weren't on top of each other. So the very next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on the borders. I know, honey, it's going to have to wait. Let me see what time it is right now.
The alligator's going to be gone soon.
Well, you know what? That's okay. Because, trust me, they'll be back. All right, so I have five strips of the yellow. So I'm going to put 2 of them together to make my border, my first border. And I'm just, because it's square, it doesn't matter. Do both on the top, both on the bottom. Now, I'm going to do one corner so I can show you how I do a miter corner. And my miter corner is probably different from somebody else's miter corner. So you can use it or you can leave it. It doesn't matter. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you decide that this particular miter corner is not the way you want to do it, and that's okay. Oh, come on over here. So a lot of quilters, instead of doing it straight together like this, they create that little turn this way, and I always go from the top left to the bottom right, and this creates the kind of fold that I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow from this corner right here to this corner right here. And I was putting it all the way up to the edge, and somebody said, listen, if you do it where it's slightly over, you can see where one quarter starts and one quarter ends. And they're right, and it works out a lot better that way. All right, so come on over here. I'm going to try and get us a little bit closer if I can. So I'm going to put this one right here. I'll put my needle down so I can see where it's at. See where it is. Where it is. That's still... No, it's not in position. Okay. And then I'm going to stitch right across to my corner. Alrighty. And I get a lot of little tips and hints from other people, so please feel free. Please feel free to go ahead and, if you've got a way to do it that you think works, go ahead and share it. We want you to share. We want you to be able to share. Okay, so there it is like this. So what happens is I fold it out, and when I fold it out, it creates this little slanted seam. And I think when it does that, it helps to, again, distribute some of that seam in different areas so that you're not stitching all the way up and down or across a seam. It kind of goes in a different direction. All right, so let's go ahead and just kind of snip that off. Again, you can use your rotary cutter or your scissors. Probably a bigger pair of scissors would be better. And let's get our handy dandy little iron and ironing board. And I'm going to just go ahead and I usually do that while it's still attached.
Baby,
Yeah?
I'm hungry.
Okay, well, it's going to have to wait about 15 more minutes. I'm going to take you up to Dairy Queen, okay? All right, so we've got it ironed. There we go. And we're going to sew where the top of the seam is not. So there's the back, there's the top. We're going to sew that side down. All right, so let's come back here. I can turn it down just a little bit more so we can see. Okay, so you can do a couple of different things here. You want to go over just a little bit, kind of with the anticipation that when you're going to be doing that mitered corner, you're going to be cutting off part of this. So you need to make sure you put at least, so if this is 2.5 inches wide, you want to make sure you have over 2.5 inches over the edge, okay? And then you can start sewing. And you want to start sewing, give yourself at least 1/4 of an inch in from the edge as well, okay? So let me show you what I got here. So there's my pin. Here's the back, okay? And you're only doing that so that you don't create a pucker when you start to do that mitered, okay? Now, one of the things you can do is you can go ahead and put together your top one and your bottom one at the same time and then stitch it down. In my opinion, it just helps so that you don't have to work another mitered corner. So let's go ahead and give that a try. Let's do that real quick. We don't even have to do the whole thing. Let's just work on the corner. And you should have 6 of the dark ones. Okay. And the way this is going to work, let's get some, let me stitch that. This one is 3.5 inches. Let's see if I have my right. Okay. Hard to tell. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. I put my hand on it just to hold it steady so it doesn't come apart, so that I can move it around a little bit without worrying about losing my stitch. Where I have it ready. Okay. I just kind of butt that right up in there. Try to line that up best I can. And if I still had my piece of tape down that Miss Janice had me put, it would have been a breeze because I would just follow that tape. Well, hey, Miss Janice. And Judy. Well, hey, Miss Judy, welcome. We don't get to see Miss Judy on here very often, so we're certainly happy to have her along. Okay, so what I've done, and I'm going to fold that out, and I'm going to iron that. I know, honey, and you're just going to have to give me a minute. Okay. So like I said, you can either do this all at one time, or you can do this separately. I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. Trim my 1/4 of an inch off. And again, I'm not just kind of eyeballing it. I'm not going to worry about making sure I have exactly 1/4 of an inch. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 seams together, but I'm going to use the same thought process, okay? I'm going to put at least 3.5 inches past on here. Okay, and grab a ruler here. that's a lot. Yeah, that's going to be more than we'll need. So just make sure you have some fabric over it. That should be... Yeah, that should be plenty. Okay. And then we're going to start stitching it together. And just make sure that as you're stitching, that you have the right sides, the correct sides together. So I have, this is in the back and this is on the top. So I'm pretty sure I have the right ones together. And I'm making it so that I can see the a little bit of the yellow underneath it, so I know that my yellow is still where it needs to be. The yellow's starting to get away from me. Probably be easier to have the yellow on top. But I want to start from this end, which would not be the right end to start with. Yay! So I got it wrong anyways. Okay, that's all right. I can always work it from the other end. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go just past this just a little bit because I know that I need 54, so I believe I need about 50. How many inches do I need? Let me just take a quick look here. Because I know on that bottom one I don't need to go very far, but on the top one, of course, I have to go farther. And my things are about 42 inches, so I've got, let's see, so 50... 40, 49, so about 5 inches past my seam. Let's go just a little bit further.
Hey. Amy?
Yeah, sweetie.
Try and look at this in my tablet. I just want to show you.
Okay. What did you do on your tablet, honey?
Try and watch it.
I'm a little bit busy at the moment. Oh, and there's Grandpa.
Papa?
Okay. Oh, no, that was the right way. So if we put this at the top, yeah, that was fine. Sorry guys, I'm kind of doing this from my head, so I'm struggling with it a little bit because my head's not always there. Okay, come back. We'll zoom back out again in a minute. 5-minute warning. Thank you, Miss Susan. You're such a sweetie. Okay, so we may have to come back tomorrow and work on this, and I will try to have this all figured out for you. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this section after we iron it out, and we're going to start it up here on this seam right here. And we're going to start it at 1/4 inch. And then we're going to put the other one down on this side. Okay? And again, I will get this all on here, and tomorrow we will work on it. So what I have done is I know that I need to go a little bit over on the end, and I need to be able to go all the way to the end, plus some. I don't know. Joe! Darling! I don't know where he went. He just up and disappeared on me. Anyways, I know I have to go all the way to the end and over just slightly. And believe it or not, I just made it. I just made it. Okay, so I know I need to go all the way over to the end, and again, just over all the way within 1/4 of an inch, and leave that part open. But if you have this piece already on here, then you have half of the work already done. And if you want to try and stay away from having the two seams close together, then you can always flip it upside down so that the seam will wind up closer to the other end. And that works. Joe, so what happened with the car? They want to know.
Well, we got a new SUV.
We did?
Yeah.
You actually signed the papers today?
Yeah, but you got to go down because I wanted your name, so you got to go down with me and sign it.
But it's out there?
No.
No? Okay.
I got yours out.
I guess I go to pick up a new car tomorrow.
No, we'll do it tonight.
Oh, we're doing it. I guess we're doing it tonight. All right, y'all. So this is what we're going to do. And go ahead and put the other section together. You should have enough with 6 pieces of the dark. In fact, you're going to use about half of one to add to the other ones. So you're going to have one strip, 142 long strip plus half of another one to make up for the length. But we will go over this tomorrow. Again, we might either start a little bit late or just may have to make it a little bit short. But we will finish this up tomorrow. Does anybody have any more questions? Because I do have to get going. I really don't want May to miss this, and I know you guys understand. Any other questions for me tonight before we head out? And again, just go ahead and put them together if you like, or wait. Either is fine with me. Just make sure that if you're putting them together, let me show you this. Don't go all the way to the end, because you just want to make sure that you're not cutting it too short or making it too long. Okay? But make sure that this end and this end are off of the fabric. Okay, that you have a little bit hanging over. You need a little bit hanging over, and then on this one you need a little bit hanging over on that one. So if you want to wait, and we'll finish it up tomorrow, or if you want to give it a try tonight and see how it goes, we just want to get them on. Don't do anything yet, and you just want to start 1/4 of an inch in from the edge, stitch all the way down, and stop within 1/4 of an inch on this edge. Okay, where did my 1/4 of an inch go? And even though I don't have this part sewn on, you can leave it, that's okay, or you can go ahead and stitch it to its end as well. But because we have to create a corner here, you don't want to take it all the way to the end just yet. I know, sweetie, and we're going to go, okay? I know, my poor baby. My poor baby, she's fair fainting away, just starving over here. You want to say goodbye to everybody? Come here. Come on. All right, you ready? We're fixing to take May over to, I think we're taking her to the Dairy Queen to go visit with her classmates. Did you know you're going to see your classmates?
Okay.
I thought you'd be more excited about that.
Wait, is I'm going to school tomorrow?
No, you're not going to school tomorrow.
I
All right, y'all. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully right at 3:30. If not, I might be a little late. Just go ahead and set that thing so it'll ding you when I come on, okay? You guys, thank you so much. Mwah! See you tomorrow.